Emergency broadcast incoming. 3G. The Super Chevy Bros couldn't make it last week. Did they die? Were they high? Did Mom go on another binger? Has Biko joined the Ashkenazi monks of the flat earth? Did Chevar get on a plane with Diddy? Who knows? But they are back and ready to make amends, my friends. This week's it's all Tekken, MK1, Wolf Among Us, and games galore. So saddle up, it's time for the Super Chevy Bros podcast.
Welcome to an emergency episode of Super Chevy Brothers podcast. Today is the 4:30s of the 2024s. It is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. What's today? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, April 30th. On this day, we're doing a podcast because we didn't do one last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Thanks for waiting for us, guys. Thanks for doing that. How was your week and a half?
It's been good. Nothing too crazy. I went to Texas Showdown this past weekend. That was why I couldn't record personally. I was not gonna be there. But yeah, I went to Texas Showdown, which is a fighting game tournament in Texas. Been going on since 2004. Or so, well, about 2000 actually, but yeah. So went to that, went and competed in Mortal Kombat 1. I almost made it out of pools. This is the best I've done in tournaments so far. I went 2-2.
Okay, before this, what was your best? Before this last go,
the legendary 0-2, dude. That's how most people do.
Okay, 0-2.
You don't know what you're doing, and you're like
the average.
I've played fighting games online before. I can do that, and then you get stomped out by a guy who's yawning while he's slapping every freaking button on his hitbox. But no, I did pretty good this time. I was pretty confident. I used Scorpion and Chameleon. I practiced a lot online and in Discord, screwing around, fighting people. So yeah, it was fun. Got to play a lot of games, play a lot of Mortal Kombat, played a lot of saw a lot of people play Strive.
What was different this time?
Overall,
I mean,
so yeah, there was
you went from
the event, or
you went from like being relegated every year to now you're in the charts. So what happened between this?
Well,
like what changed?
I made this joke to Haley several times, but I play a game that I actually like now. No offense, I do like Guilty Gear Strive, but that game, yeah, I don't want to compete in that game anymore. It's a fun game though; it's a great game to play. But I picked a game I actually liked, focused on one character rather than several, because that was something I screwed up with last time. Also, I didn't have a patch come out a week before the tournament that completely changed the way that my character worked, like what happened to me last year with Strive. So. Yeah, I did a lot better because I practiced more, and it was a different game personally. But yeah, no, it went great. This year was in a different hotel. The hotel was kind of okay. They switched from it was a bigger hotel this time because there's a lot of people this year. But they had like a free arcade thing. Me and Haley beat all of House of the Dead, which is a short game anyway. But the light gun game, we played a lot.
Well,
of that.
It helps when it's free.
Yeah, no, exactly. We died a lot.
Yeah, you're supposed to die.
We also, Haley beat the shit out of me in Marco the Wolves. We found a cabinet that was playing that. She beat me several times. But we also played Ultimate Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. But yeah, besides that, we watched a lot of Tekken, ton of Tekken. Tekken is
like
really,
people playing
really
or just live on YouTube.
Yes, yeah, we were. No, not on YouTube. Why would I watch it on YouTube if I'm at the event?
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking the questions.
No, I didn't watch it on YouTube. So I paid for a ticket and I competed. So no, I'm not gonna watch it on YouTube. Yeah. So I watched Tekken on. I watched Tekken on YouTube during the week. That's not an event. But no, I went and watched it live. A lot of great crowd reactions, just sitting there, listening and watching people play. Mortal Kombat's hilarious to watch live because it's the most shit talking I hear out of any of the other games there.
Is that right?
Which is not surprising. Yeah, also most of the black people were only on Tekken and Mortal Kombat. I'm glad tradition never changes. That's where
true.
That's where we reign. So
I don't know why.
Mostly black people.
Well, I don't know why Mortal Kombat's so toxic. It is like
it's toxic as hell. It's
so
very
toxic. Everyone just
it's
wants everyone else to be angry.
It's the violence of it, right? I feel like that just contributes to why some people feel like they can just be dicks when it comes to that game. It was funny for the most part, right? Like I don't think anybody was being like mean spirited. I feel like it was like normal heckling, right? Like I feel like it wasn't like nothing got like out of hand, right? Like me and Haley were like cracking up the whole time. But yeah, no, but watching those two games is way more fun than the other ones. I mean, I watched a little bit of Uni 2, watched a little bit of Grand Blue. Grand Blue's cool. I just have no idea what's going on, so I didn't really enjoy watching it as much.
Well, we're glad you had a good time to skip out on the podcast. What about you, Mom?
Man.
What's your excuse for not being here? Watching
I was
movies?
here. Nobody signed on. I was here.
What? No, I was here. I signed on.
Yeah, I signed on. And Biko's traipsing away playing games or something. What does he think this is?
Look at me doing research and actually playing video games.
What did you do last week, Mom?
I can't remember. That's too long ago.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. Okay, and
this is like far-reaching.
This is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to go to your app store. All right. And I want you to go to like the purchase section.
Purchase section.
Or you don't even need to do that. Just go. You should be able to get it for free because we're on the same account. Just search The Wolf Among Us and download that, and then play that for the next week, and then you'll have your game.
Okay. The Wolf Among Us.
Real quick, since we're talking about app stores, I found a really cool emulator that came out, Delta. You can play a lot of different SNES games. I think up to PS. I think up like
for now.
I think. So yeah, for now. So that's what I'm saying. So you should go grab it. It's called Delta. I've been using it. I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 3 on it because it's easy to just kind of play it on the toilet. But no, just go get that before it disappears and stop asking. By the way, people who know about this, stop asking people where to find ROMs. That's the illegal part. So stop asking people where to find them. That's up to you. Stop.
On a serious note, how do I use this on the iPhone if I can't get ROMs?
Well, so the ROMs that you own, you can download them from your Google Drive, wink wink, directly to your phone, and then you can access it in files. Yeah.
That's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so Mom, that's your plan for the next week, okay? Download Wolf Among Us today or tomorrow. Every time you're thinking about playing chickens or you want to watch some reality TV, don't do that. Open your phone, play that game. Or Walking Dead. You can do Walking Dead too. You'll like that one. I think you'll really like the Walking Dead one. Okay, well, you know what I did last week? I waited to do the podcast. I sat there. No one was there. Outside of that, I watched a lot of playoff basketball. It's exciting out here, man. It's like every day there's a game, 1 point, 2 point victories, buzzer shots. It's getting exciting. It's super fun. Outside of that, my misery kind of clouds my memory, so I don't really know what I do day to day, but I do know that was one of the things was watching basketball, which was fun to do. I have been playing a little Helldivers here and there, and I played some Mortal Kombat here and there. I'm liking the Max. I think I don't like dash cancels, but I'll do them because I have to use the character. Outside of that,
and another thing, Ermac was banned, right? He was banned at the
Yes.
tournament because he came out less than 2 weeks before. I don't really think that's fair because I got beat by a character. Well, granted, to be fair, okay, context. I got knocked out of the tournament by Mr. Aqua. It wasn't like it was just a random person, but I got knocked out of the tournament by somebody playing Rain from the patch, which he is like almost a completely different character now. So that was kind of bullshit. I just want to put that.
That is
out
true.
there. I thought
That is true.
that was kind of. I thought that was kind of BS, but
Yeah,
I think if that's the case, Ermac should not have been banned. But whatever.
I think if like a character has been out for, I think a week should be the ban limit, because 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I don't know, that doesn't make sense, especially when other things change in the game, right? So yeah, I get it. Well, guys, welcome to the show. I know you missed us, and you're gonna get a triple dose of us, double dose, because we're gonna be here for another. Could you say just dos? I've got Mexican on the Spanish on the mind because I was watching Machete earlier this week. Mom, are you ready?
Interesting choice.
Yes.
Hold on. Coming.
Chevar, are you ready?
It's
Yeah,
so Stream Deck just updated. Okay, there we go.
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring
All right. Welcome to Mom's Movie Review. Okay, so what I have been doing in the last week and a half is watching movies and watching series. So I have a lot of things I've watched, but I had to narrow it down because I know that I play a minor role and I will keep it to my minor role. Thank you very much. So let's start out with the main event, or should I build up to the main event? Because I saw a series and a movie. Chevar?
I thought you were narrowing it down to okay. Go with let's start with the movie. How about that? Start with the
All
movie.
right. Thank you very much. I just have to get permission. All right. So the movie that was most intriguing over the following week and a half was Sleeping Dogs. You can find it on Apple TV.
Not the video game, by the way.
Not the video game Sleeping Dogs. It's a 2024 thriller mystery, and I love a mystery. And it thrilled me. It was mysterious. It did the job. I've seen many a thriller in my day, and usually because I've seen so many, I'm like, oh, I already know what's happening here about 10 minutes in, right? This was not that. So, just to give you an idea what was going on, you have a former homicide detective played by Russell Crowe. He's looking a little scummy. He's
Doesn't he always?
yeah, he's
He's not
really
looking good these days.
no. What isn't he, Mr. 300?
No, he's Mr. Gladiator.
Yeah.
That was
Wait.
300.
No, that was Gladiator.
No, that was Gladiator.
Either way, he was fine.
Yeah, Mom, that was Gerard Butler. That's a completely different.
Yeah,
guy.
you're thinking
Oh,
about
that's
Gerard
right.
Butler.
They look just alike. I'm
No,
sorry.
they do not. I don't even think
Wow,
they're
that's
from the same
racist.
country.
Wow, that's racist.
You can't
What?
tell the difference.
They're not.
Oh, they look just alike. Anyway, so Russell Crowe is the star, and he's a good actor. Love him, love him. But he was a homicide detective trying to solve a murder. The problem is he couldn't recall. He was losing his memory. So he's trying to piece together what happened along the way, and he discovers that some buried secrets were tied to his forgotten past. So he's trying to gain his memory. And the reason you immediately know that he's suffering from dementia is because he has things written all over his house. It's like, your name is, you live here, this is your address, this is your phone number. It tells him how to eat. He's really bad off. So when he begins to do this, trek of finding out what happened in this case, it actually began to help him to recover, right? So, without giving anything away, um, he ran into his old homicide detective partner. He ran into the people involved in the case, except, of course, the murdered person, right? And he finally, at the end, pieced everything together, and it was just thrilling because you could not figure it out, and I was thrilled and mystified because it was a change to see a refreshing movie. Lately, I've been seeing a few refreshing movies, and it's kind of great. So I
That's good.
give this movie, even though it was on Apple TV, I give it four, no, three tubs of popcorn and two drinks slurped to the bottom. How's that? And then very quickly, I accidentally ran across this series. I wasn't looking for it. I was actually looking for Ready to Love, some crap show. And if you recall, in 1999, there was this amazing Oscar winning movie called The Talented Mr. Ripley. Anyone
Yeah.
familiar? Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I've
Yeah.
heard of it.
Matt Damon, Jude Law, that kind of ilk of actor. And it was a trend setting movie. It was a thriller mystery as well, a very exciting movie. Well, guess what? They made a series called Ripley, and it's an 8 episode series. It's a noir movie, meaning it's very artistic. It's shot. I don't. Well, I'm gonna say that this might be a what do you call it? Not a spoiler, but
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
probably
know.
is.
It's not a spoiler. It's just I didn't know, but it was in black and white. So the amazing thing about the 1999 version of this is it was so beautifully shot in Europe. I mean, everything about the movie, it was just what do you call it? Um, the shots, Oh gosh,
I
I'm
don't know.
Yeah,
sorry.
the shots.
It's burnout time. It's a little late. So they shot this movie majestically, beautifully in Technicolor in 1999, but having it translated into black and white because it really happened like in 1958, 1960. The story is based on a book. Um, it was just it was very different than the original. It was no less majestic to watch because you're looking at textures and instead of just colors. The story was slightly changed, which I remember how the first one ended, and I was a little shocked, but also satisfied with how this one ended. So I do recommend Ripley. Um, I did it in only a couple of sittings because it was really fascinating. I didn't want to walk away from it, but it was a binge watch. And the only criticism I could see from others, movie critics, is they didn't want that actor to play that role for some reason. They didn't think Andrew Scott fit that particular role, but I actually thought he did an amazing job. He was quite excellent. He was no Matt Damon, but he was Andrew Scott, and he played that role to the hilt. So
Am I supposed to know?
I
I'm not like that name isn't like picking up like, oh, a guy. That
yeah. He's played in, let's see, he's played in a couple of things. Let's see. I had it pulled up. I can't find it. But he's not like your average actor. He's really intense.
he's got a
And
big forehead.
he's got a big forehead. He's got
Damn.
He should
beady eyes.
play Hammerhead or Tombstone in a Marvel movie. That is huge.
Yeah. This guy, but he's a good actor. He did a great job. So all of the and oh gosh, I'm sorry, I had it pulled up and I lost it.
That's okay.
At any rate, I would give it 2 popcorns, only because it's a series. 2 tubs of popcorn and 2 emptied slurped sodas. It's a great weekend watch, and I highly recommend it, as well as Sleeping Dogs, the movie.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, Biko?
Nah, I think that covered any questions I would have had. I don't know. I didn't know that's what Ripley was about. I did not know.
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. We're gonna have to have a meeting. I'm gonna have to bring out the whiteboard. Got points I got to get across. Okay, this is for everyone. So ready for a video call sometime. This is gotta
Listen.
get this through. Listen, I've been banging the drums.
Listen, everybody show up.
And I don't
for
need
the
them to.
next
I don't need them to be
time,
felt
and
anymore.
I'm
I need them to be
ready.
heard. Okay.
Ah.
All right, we'll talk about this later. Thank you for your review and your slurps. You're all the way to the bottom of the cups. Look, last time we did the show, there's about as much news as there's more snoring than there was news. But yeah, this week, hopefully, I don't know what Mom's doing. That's not happening this time. This time we have more news. We have actual news. I think I'm just gonna add that to it, like a sound to have a few episodes. Okay, so look, a lot of new stuff.
Round one.
And when I say stuff, I mean games. When I say new, I mean new. It came this week. The first one that I was pretty interested in was the game Topspin. Topspin's been gone for so long. It's like the EA football college game of tennis, in that it's been gone for a long time and now it's back. It's missing apparently a lot of heavy hitter stars, but as far as the game itself, reviews are turning out to be pretty good. People are liking it. It looks decent. I don't think it looks like amazing, but it looks decent.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think that's kind of funny. You said they ain't got some of the heavy hitters.
Mm.
I don't
Why?
know who that is.
That's Serena, isn't it?
Yeah, Serena's there, sure, but apparently it's missing like a lot of people you would think.
Spin. I don't know why I thought this was table tennis. My bad. Continue. Yeah, I totally thought this is table tennis. My bad.
You thought we were talking about table tennis. Okay, well, we're not. We're talking about tennis. And the reviews are getting out good. People saying it's fun. There aren't that many game modes. There aren't too many things you can like play around in for a quick return. I think that's okay. You just want a good tennis game where you can knock that ball back and forth. I haven't played it. Maybe I'll try it if there's a demo or something. I don't know. Is it a full price game? Top spin?
Yeah, let me
2K25?
see. I'm not sure. That's the one thing about it I haven't looked up because I did read the review and it does look well, I didn't read the review, but like I did see it look good. But no, yeah, it's how much is it? Wow, you cannot even find it. That's crazy.
Well, if it's having a strong return, it's probably a regular price.
Well, no,
Why
not
is it so
necessarily,
hard for me to
because I
find
mean
this game?
it's tennis. It's not football. It's not basketball. It's not
Oh no,
wrestling.
doggy,
even
this is
it's
regular price. This is $60.
it's regular price,
Um,
like
it's
$70.
$60 on
Okay.
$70 on PS5. Yeah.
Well, goddamn. Well,
Yeah,
you know
no,
what?
I don't know about that.
I do hope it sells because tennis games are fun. They have doubles in the game, I think. And the tennis games are fun, you know. I don't know if I would have paid $70 for
You don't know what else to say?
crossplay, but I mean I haven't played it. I'm just letting you know that it's out. You know what else is out? Remember that TV show we were talking about? What's it called? Ball Out, Fallout. Fallout just had an update, and its update is out now, and you can go download this gigantic update. It's turned out to be
I tried it out.
gigs and gigs. How'd you like? Did you play Fallout 4 at all when it Fallout 4'd?
Oh yeah, I went to the midnight release and everything. I got that crappy Pit Boy thing. I was in sophomore year of college. Yeah, no, I definitely played the hell out of that game. According to my PlayStation, I got at least 112 hours in on PS4.
Okay.
So I remember that game not looking great when it first came out. You know, a lot of things ran at 30 FPS back then, so that wasn't really the bad part. It was mostly didn't look great.
PlayStation 4,
so with this
right?
update-
Right at the beginning
Yeah.
of PlayStation 4.
Yeah, like
And
a
which
year
means
and
it
a
was a
half
PlayStation
into
3
PS4.
game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation
did
3
not-
game
it
that
does
came
not-
out.
It's one of those
Cool.
games that I would say did not age very well as far as graphics go, right? Because we've seen a lot of PS4 games look way better than that too, right? Like we've had like Control and stuff like that since then. So, as you know, going into this, because what I did is I downloaded the PS5 version, which oh my god, so much room. But I also downloaded my PS4 saves from the cloud. You could transfer them from the main menu, and you can go back in. I played for a little bit today. I will say I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's been like I think 6 years.
Yeah, you
since I
probably just
played
want to
the
start
game.
over.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start over. But from what I did play, the game runs a lot smoother. They added a bunch of workshop stuff to like the base version of the game. So like when you leave the vault and stuff, because I looked this up on other people's playthroughs, when you leave the vault and stuff, it gives you a bunch of like these side quests that if you start them too early, you'll just die over and over, which is kind of problematic. But besides that, they made the game look a little prettier. It runs a lot faster. It runs at 60 frames per second. The load times are not egregious like they were back in the day, at least on console. So yeah, I'm upgraded from the PS4 version, got the PS5 version. Apparently on PC, obviously this is broken like a lot of people's mods, because all it really did for PC is that it added ultra wide support and 4K textures, right? So this broke a lot of mods, which is a Bethesda special on PC.
Well, that's normal because the way mods work, they take the core of the game and then you modify. But if the game's update, anytime there was an update in any game, like an RPG like this, where you can where they give you this whole creation kit to do stuff, anytime the game updates, every mod is going to break until you kind of relink everything that needs to go with it.
Until you relink everything. And
this game hasn't been updated in so long that probably most of your mods are just going to be dead for a while.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about this because I did mod Fallout 4 a little bit before, but I didn't play too much on my PC, so I'm not that mad about it. So from what I've gotten, this is mostly beneficial to people who play on console, specifically PS5. I'm confused how this works on Xbox, because I'm pretty sure this game already ran pretty well on Series X because it just upgraded the game itself. No,
it ran better than PlayStation. it ran better than PlayStation, and yeah, when it did Xbox's like upgrade thing of games, it ran better, but it wasn't great. And with how mods worked on there, you could crash your game a lot and all that stuff. The one thing I'm upset about is that they didn't fix the blackface. If you play this game on the PC and you play it in, high definition, because the game came out without it, because it was made for PlayStation 3 era, which is whatever, 720p or something. If you play the game in high definition and you do anything modding or you try to, you'll get just everyone has blackface. Everyone in the game has blackface, and then you got to spend hours trying to fix blackface. And so the only thing I was just look up Fallout 4 blackface, and there are a million different ways to fix it, but you're only one of the million is gonna work for every person playing the game. It's just ridiculous. So I was hoping,
that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I wish this is why I'm a console player, because playing on PC is got to be the most like haphazard thing. There's so many benefits and all that, but then you have to go through all the trash of, all right, now I got to install these mods. They take up all this space. There's all this blackface. Someone's trying to hack you with this thing. Now my game doesn't work. Everything's 3 frames per second. It's like so much garbage. The console's the way to go, but there are no mods. This game, once you play with mods, you don't want to not play with mods. Okay, that's how it goes. The blackface, man. I just wish they had done something so there's no more blackface when people mod the game. There's just so much blackface.
I'm dead.
Go to YouTube, look up Fallout 4 blackface.
I believe you. I just this update is kind of, Bethesda's always going to be Bethesda, no matter how many Microsofts own them or whatever, right? So
there's always going to be blackface.
This update, as far as this update goes, right? If you're on PC and you can disable updates, you might want to do that until a lot of your mods work correctly. Besides that, though, if you're on like console, I think this is the way to go. Just upgrade the game. Mods have not been known to break as easily between switching, because mods are available on console version, just in a very limited aspect.
Only on the Xbox, I think. Yeah. And no, PlayStation only only the what is it called? The workshop or the whatever Bethesda's mod thing is.
Yeah. It's limited on Xbox, and it's even more limited on PlayStation, right? So I enjoyed what I did play, because I literally just ran around. I did like one quest, did some VATs, kind of get my bearings again. But this is a good reason to go back if you like me, we're watching the TV show and we're like, hey, I kind of want to go back and play that game. This is the perfect time to do it, right? It's just if you're on PC, you might get kind of screwed. But no, if you're on console, go ahead and get it. It's worth it. Especially because there's not really any other ones you can play on console besides 4, because you can't play 3 or New Vegas unless you have a PS3. So yeah, or use PS Now. So this is really the only one you can play on PlayStation, like flat out. So it's kind of annoying, but
well, outside of that, I don't know. You sure there might be on like PlayStation Cloud or something? I don't know. Outside of that, Dragon's Dogma also got an update that makes things, I guess it's more of a, what's that thing they call that just makes people's lives easier, but it doesn't actually change much? Quality of life. It's a quality of life update.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I have been playing a lot of this game recently, actually.
So what do they mean pawns will be less annoying? Explain that to me.
Okay, so I first of all, I don't think that this actually happened. Okay, so here's the thing. So if anybody's never played Dragon's Dogma, period, right? Like, Chevar's played a lot of Dragon's Dogma, so he kind of knows what I'm talking about. Your pawns talk a lot. So they'll tell you like hints. They'll tell you things that they maybe think you should do. They'll help you with quests. If you get a pawn from another world, which is where you hire most of your pawns that aren't your main pawn, they also will tell you like new stuff. Like they'll be like, "Hey, I was around here before. There's a chest over there, or there's a cave over there. I noticed you haven't been to. Do you want to go to that?" Some of them will remind you to cook, or they'll remind you like, "Hey, you're like." They give you a lot of tips, right? They do talk a lot. I think what they do with this annoying thing is that what they did is they have less of the banter, because they do just banter as well, right? Like there's sometimes where they just talk, like they're like, "Wow, I can't believe we all have a different specialization," or they're like, you know, "You can't pick up every little thing you see." Like there's some more repetitive lines that kind of repeat a little too often, so that's what it is. They took some of those out. Pawns still talk a lot, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. I personally like how much the pawns talk, because one, it makes the game feel less empty, and two, it's not like the dead faced Fallout, companions that never say anything unless you talk to them. So I like that part, but I kind of get what people were talking about. They would like never shut the hell up sometimes, especially even when it wasn't anything like useful. They weren't like, "I got you covered," or "If you need help, let me know." It was literally just like them saying like tutorial messages over and over. The other thing with this update is Dragons. I think it's Dragon's Plague. What is it called? It's
Dragon's Plague.
It's called Dragon's Plague. So for people who don't know, this is a this is inside baseball for this game. This isn't something that's like super spoilery, but in this game, your pawns can be infected with Dragon's Plague, which is a disease that can literally kill an entire town if you sleep within the town with the companion. So your companion will also not really follow your orders. They'll also get like glowing red eyes. So part of what they did with this update is, one, they made it less likely that well, no, they didn't make it less likely, but they made Dragon's Plague more easy to see, because the problem was that people can make their characters' eyes red, and it was the same red that you could use to tell somebody has Dragon's Plague. So a lot of people's pawns didn't get picked if they had red eyes. So they made it a lot easier to see if they have Dragon's Plague. But yeah, there's other things, right? Like the pawns warn you about this. They keep telling you, they've been hearing about it. So all this does is that it makes it easier to see. There's other signs, like, the pawn will stop listening to you. They'll start arguing with you. Like other pawns will argue with them. But this is, easier to see now. They also said that they were reducing the frequency for it, which I don't think that's something they needed to do. I've been playing the game for about 40 hours now, and I haven't encountered it once, and I just kind of adopt whoever I want to as far as pawns. So yeah. Also, something they did fix is they jump off of cliffs less. Pawns were, I had a lot of pawns die because I would be parkouring and they couldn't keep up, and they would just fall off the cliffs or into water. So yeah, that's the good thing. Yeah, these are all good.
All right,
things.
well, that's updates that happened this week. Mom?
Did she mute
All
herself?
right, that's
Yes.
Oh, there she is. I thought she was gone.
I thought she was gone. Heck yeah.
I'm here right now.
Round 2. Fight.
All right. Check this out. There's a lot of fighting game stuff that happened with characters.
Woo-hoo.
So over the weekend was Evo Tokyo, which is
Evo Japan.
I guess second. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, Evo
Japan.
Japan, which I guess is the second largest fighting game tournament. It was very popular. A lot of people went. A lot of champions. People very excited to be out again and traveling here and there. But there are also reveals. Some revealaroos. The first one, at least the one most important to me, is Street Fighter 6 will have Akuma. We already knew that, but they showed more gameplay of Akuma. And
Time to go play this game again. Let's
pretty
fucking
buff. The buff guy. He's got a lot of hair. He has a raging demon. He looks really fun to play, and he's out May 22nd. Did you have any thoughts on Akuma?
Yeah, very excited to play Akuma. This is also going to come with the season. This is confusing because Akuma is the end of season 1, but when Akuma comes out, the season 2 balance patch is out. So for people who don't know, Street Fighter has not gotten a lot of updates since it came out as far as like balance patches. They've only like fixed like glitches or like things that were like, bugs. But yeah, we're getting our first like official balance patch besides some minor tweaks they made earlier this year, which will be really cool. But Akuma is going to come with that. So the other thing about this is that I'm pretty sure there's like Combo Breaker, another major tournament is like right after this update. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of messy because it's gonna include a lot of different stuff. We have no idea what the balance is gonna be like when this update comes out. So that's interesting. But yeah, Akuma looks great. He seems to have a lot of his kit from Street Fighter 5. He still has the cool glowing red eyes he had from that game. I think they took his design from that game and made it a lot better. He looks more like feral, and rather than just like he grew his hair out and looks exactly the same. He looks really cool in this game. So I'm looking forward to him. I was joking about Street Fighter. I still play Street Fighter. I just play other fighting games more because I was kind of waiting for Akuma to come out. So I'm glad that Akuma's coming out.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I like he's got his classic costume as well. And hopefully he's not ridiculously complicated to use so that I can do cool stuff with him and play with him.
He's never complicated. Akuma's never been complicated, dude. I promise you. As somebody who's wasted time with this character. This is the context, right? I played Street Fighter 5 again for a few months before 6 came out, and I used Akuma. Easiest character in the world, dude. He's not even top tier. Easiest combos. It looks like in the trailer he has some of the same like setups and like things that link into each other, so you'll be fine. He's gonna be great. Yeah, so he's one of the characters that was released. There's a lot of other ones, but yeah, shout out to Akuma.
Okay. Outside of that, we had Guilty Gear show off a character who's pretty popular. Slayer is coming back to the game. He's the vampire, and he looks pretty good.
One of the vampires.
He's one of the vampires in the Guilty Gear.
I saw that one.
What'd you think about that one, Mom?
It was good, but it seemed a little campy, you know?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Yeah, it's.
Then
whole
it
game
achieved the purpose.
The whole game is campy.
The whole game is based on rock references and campiness and stuff. So I'm glad Slayer's coming. I'm just very excited for him to be in the game. He got leaked like the first year this game was out, so we've been knowing he's going to be in the game at some point. A lot of people are kind of upset about this because he was technically the best character in the last game. Because of his like his like dash cancels, just ridiculous. He basically didn't have to block. So he looks kind of similar to he did in Xrd. I mean, of course, everybody's reworked for Strive. Nobody works really the same as they did in those games. But he looks sick. I think his design is really cool. They did like do the Strive thing where he just gave people big coats and stuff. But he looks really cool. I like that one of his moves makes him younger for some reason. He still has a lot of his campy weird animations as well, which I did like. So yeah, I think this is great. They've been having a lot of good DLC for this game, so this is the last one in season 3. Another thing is at the end of the trailer they announced season 4, which is awesome. I don't think anybody thought this game was going to get a season 4. I don't know why. I thought it was because this game is really popular, but more
popular than it's ever been in its entire existence.
Ever. You ask quote unquote veterans, they're like, "Oh, this is the worst game ever." And I like Strive a lot. I actually used ABBA, the last character that came out. I was playing against my friend last week. So fun. It's a great game. So yeah, really excited for this one.
So we got Akuma, we got Slayer, and I would say the least cool one, or the least not cool. I'd say the one people were least happy about was the Tekken 8 reveal of the what's her name? I don't even know. She's like she's a president, a governor, I don't know.
Yeah,
of
she's
some
the
place.
president of. So this is funny because this is a character that like people who don't play Tekken wanted to come back, right? So what is her name? Her name's like Eliza or something. No,
it's some garbage name.
Lydia Sobieski. So yeah, she was like the prime minister of the world or some shit like that. Yeah. So the long story short, this is a character that came out at the tail end of Tekken 7's life cycle. In like a lot of the other DLC characters, she's kind of a preview into how Tekken 8 would work. A very aggressive play style, a lot of stuff that kind of was, you know, a precursor to Heat Smash and, you know, Heat Engage and all that stuff like that. I'm confused by this. So here's the thing. They kind of already told us the rest of the season pass leaked. I'm not going to talk about it here. The season pass is going to be weird. I don't really get what they were going with this. So Lydia should have been in the base roster. I feel like this is like making Luke DLC again in Street Fighter 6. Like to me, that this is what this is like. This is one of those characters that should have been in the base roster because she was added onto the story. She was supposed to be a precursor to Tekken 8. So watching the reaction trailer to this, like the Evo Japan like stream, was hilarious because people were not digging it. Also coming with this is like a lot of balance changes as well. They're gonna have some more free content, like free stages and stuff in the future as well. But yeah, this character was not very
well
was
received.
not very anticipated. Yeah, it was not very well received.
I don't get the choice. You have a lot of characters in Tekken that you can bring back. You have a lot of new there are character archetypes in Tekken that maybe you don't bring back because the character's old, but you can bring the type back. Like, who wouldn't want a Lei to come back? I mean, he came back before, but just a new character does the same thing. Or like the other Law. I don't know. I would be more fine with like a Tiger. We just got Eddie. Give me Tiger. I'd be more happy with that than the president of the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me we already have Marshall, right? What's the other one? Give me Forest Law.
Forest Law. Give me Forest Law and just have him. I mean, have him do similar things to Law, except he can't do this or he can do that or whatever. Or give me like a Hahachi Ghost, or give me like, I don't know. It's just
This was not. I don't know. They're making kind of some weird choices. I thought that this was weird. Like I said, the rest of the season pass leaked, and it's weird. It's more the same. I'll say this: it's more people that should have been in the base roster because they were tail end DLC. It's like they're selling people as DLC again, which I know is weird to say. I know it's weird to say because Akuma was also DLC, but at the same time, like this isn't a highly requested character, right? It was already kind of weird we were getting Eddie like as DLC because he is like, a core Tekken character.
But Eddie's okay as a DLC because A, we haven't had Eddie in a long time. B,
he was in the last game.
When did Eddie go to 7? He wasn't initially in 7, was he? I thought it was the woman.
Let me see. Yeah, he was in it. That's what I thought. Yeah, he was definitely, yes, he was in Tekken 7. That's why I didn't get why they were like, why wasn't he not just in the base roster? Like, yeah, it hasn't been a while. He was in Tekken 7. I'm pretty sure he was like in the first DLC pack or in like base Tekken 7. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. Either way, I'm fine with Eddie. I just make DLC characters that are characters people like want. They should have put more of their new characters at the front of the roster. As long as you've got King and Jin and Kazuya and like the cute girls or whatever, people are gonna buy that. You could throw in this woman in the base roster and then give people stuff you really want for DLC. I don't know. I don't know.
It's kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing over there. I thought that
Who
it
cares
was really
what they're doing?
strange.
And 3 times 1. What is it? 3! Yeah, that's a magic number.
All right,
It's extra
now
weird today.
we got new games announced or
Out the
coming out.
wazoo.
As far as Mom is concerned, she'll be interested in the Jackbox Naughty Pack. If you don't know, Jackbox is a series of releases of games. I know you know Jack. It's a series of releases of games that you can play, and you buy them in bundles, and they're like party games. They're board games on the TV or party games on the TV that you play with people. Now they're releasing a Naughty Pack, which is supposed to be more M-rated type of game. So I don't know what they mean by that. If it's just gonna be like the same
Okay,
games or
it's probably gonna be. Well, I don't think it's gonna be the same game because the Jackbox games. There's a lot of them now, right? I think they're up to like 10. So
there are a
they
lot
have
of Jackbox.
yeah, they have a lot of games. So it'll probably be some original games and probably some games remixed to have just dirtier prompts. And you know, the trailer for this was funny because it was just all the requests they've gotten over the years of like, or one of the requests they gotten over the years of like, you know, hey, can you guys make an adult version of this game? Which I think is kind of interesting because these games are kind of whatever you make them. They can be as dirty as you want them to be already. So I think that it's interesting. They're just going straight for like the, you know, the Cards Against Humanity, a la apples to apples thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. And I probably will end up playing this at some point because I end up playing one of these at some point anyway. But
I mean, if they
I
bring
think
back like a more original You Don't Know Jack, I guess I could be, because they are toned down from what they used to be. They were a lot dirtier back in like Jack 3 days.
I
Jack,
agree.
Jack 4s. Then
All
now.
right.
What?
I just don't
that's
understand.
fair.
I don't know why they rated him M instead of N.
What is N?
What would N be for Negro? What are
We-
you talking
yeah,
about?
what is-
Naughty. It's a
Oh.
naughty pack.
Well, it is a regulated thing, so you can't just throw a letter there to say, "Oh, it's rated N." It is M is a rating that games get. M for mature. They
Mature. I know what M is.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, was that a joke? Did I miss
No,
the
forget
joke?
it.
I think it was a
Just
joke. I think
forget
it was
Oh,
a joke.
I'm
I think Mom was making a joke,
I was taking it too
Thank you.
literal.
Thank you.
yeah.
I
thought
was
it
taking it way too literally.
Yeah.
I
That
Yeah.
was
that
just
was
a
a joke.
fun little.
That's
Oh, this
kind
is a
of
fun
why
little
I'm
thing,
quiet. Hmm.
No, you're too quiet. If I was catching the vibes, you're not throwing in any vibe. You're throwing out
I
quiet.
throw vibes and they get slammed.
Well, you got to throw them out more. You got to get on the wave.
To
you
let
know?
a few get through, I guess I gotta get them all slammed. Okay, got you.
Yeah. There's another new game announced. It's a Hunter x Hunter game. And it's not Hunter x Hunter, Hunter cross Hunter, a Hunter by Hunter. It's just Hunter x Hunter.
Not Hunter by no sir.
Hunter.
So
I
this
don't
game
see
is
Hunter.
this game is interesting. So Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact got announced earlier this year. People were kind of, you know, me included, we're kind of suspicious of it because it kind of looked like it was going to be an arena fighter, like kind of like Jump Force or like, you know, the recent Dragon Ball games, or the Dragon Ball Arena Fighters, because the same company, one of the same companies that's involved in some of those and making them, 8ing. They also we used to work on Marvel vs. Capcom, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. They were like one of the studios that worked on that. So it turns out that this game is not an arena fighter. This is revealed before, but this is the first time we're seeing gameplay. It's a 3v3 team fighter, kind of like basically exactly like Marvel vs. Capcom and Tatsunoko versus Capcom. So yeah, a lot of gameplay was taken, like a lot of footage was taken at Evo Japan by a lot of YouTubers and stuff. People got to play the game, but yeah, it from what people are saying, it's basically a carbon copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. It even has some of the same, like, you know, juggling animations that are left over from Bloody Roar. So
yeah,
it's kind of it's kind of cool. I think it looks fun. I think it's kind of funny people would say it doesn't look very good, but
I think it doesn't look.
I just think I think we're spoiled. I think a lot of fighting games look really, really good, and then when a booty fighting game comes along, because I'm sorry, this looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 but sharper. Like to me personally.
I looked at it and I watched it. Maybe they need to put out a 4K footage. It looks like some dude made it in Flash. I'm not saying the gameplay looks bad. It looks like it's made in Flash. Like somebody went to the store to buy an old computer that didn't get updated so he could make it in Flash and put it out on Newgrounds. It just does not look nice. The gameplay looks fine and the combat looks like, you know, it's a 3v3 tag 'em in.
It's Marvel versus Capcom, like basically.
Yeah, it just I just wish it looked better. Like it just even looks a little dull, even though like these are anime characters and they're supposed to be, there's a pedophile and they're in a video game world and there's
There is
a
a
old
pedophile, yeah.
old man and all that stuff. It's with like karate. It just looks bland. Like they should do something with the shading or the colors. Or it just looks like somebody put a filter over it that said no good look, don't look good. I don't know. I'll probably get it. I like Hunter x Hunter.
What's up, everybody?
And I like Hunter x Hunter and I like fighting games, so I'll probably get it. But also, they're gonna need more than what looked like was going to be like 12 characters. That's pretty weak.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is it looks like there's not gonna be that many characters. The characters look cool, like they look fun to use, rather, right? But like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna need to see a little more. One thing I'm hoping, this game better not be $70 or something. This better be like a $50, $50 max, $40 game or something. Like I'm not paying full price for this, mostly because I mean, as much as I do like this about it, it's reusing a lot of this. Like it's reusing a lot of assets. Like it's basically like,
I don't care about reusing assets. I just need to look a little better. It looks so dated. But outside of that, it's probably gonna be fine. The company that makes it'll probably be fine. I kind of wish it were a little more zoomed in, but then again, it's 3v3. I don't know. Maybe you want to see all that garbage.
They used a lot of shadows.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's sort of like they're hiding something. They used a lot of shadows, and I think they're trying to make it look like 3D or something, but it doesn't.
well,
It looks like
that's the art style.
it looks like his head is flat.
Yeah.
No. That's the anime. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think that's what they're trying to go for.
His head is flat.
Yes.
No, whose head is flat? The guy with the big black hair.
It's red and purple, and there's like a play card sticking
Mom,
out.
It's Mom.
Yeah,
it's
but
based
go
on
watch the
anime.
video.
It's
Don't look at the
it's
picture.
attempting to look like the anime, and you should watch the video. Yeah,
Watch the video, not the picture.
I'm not like super excited about this one. I feel like some people online were like, "Oh my god, this is the return of 3v3 fighting games or whatever." I just think that this is going to be a good upgrade from us having to watch the same 5 freaking teams play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So that should be good. But yeah, no, this was like a cool. I think this is a nice little surprise. I'm not like screaming at the top of my lungs for this, but it'll be good to have this in between playing Mortal Kombat and Tekken and all that.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
All right. Look. The Rock, okay?
Mm.
I don't know what's happening. It seems like the world is turning against The Rock. The world loved The Rock. Even when The Rock was a heel. And now the world, it's like every day I'm reading something about people disliking The Rock. Apparently, the Rock is black, is what this thing is telling me. He's always late.
Oh, I get it.
He can't deny it anymore.
But he hasn't been black this whole time, so
he's been black the whole time. He's
coming
Dwayne The Rock
out
Johnson.
now.
I will say that's the funny thing about The Rock being like more. He's always been in like this, like he's always been in like the limelight, but he can't hide it no more, dude. You black dog. You can't get away
He's
with
been
that
the
no more.
neutral guy,
Yeah, you can't do that.
They
no
say
more.
so on the movie Red One, which I have no clue what this
I have no freaking
movie
idea,
is.
man.
Apparently, he showed up a few times, up to 8 hours late to shoot the movie, which they got to get it done, so they have to wait and stay late for him. He wouldn't go to the public restroom, so he just pee in bottles, which to me is courteous. Like, hey guys, no need to pause for me. Give me a corner, twist the top. I'm gonna top this one off. Maybe you need 2 bottles or something.
Yeah.
He pees
I get
in
what you're trying to say.
he doesn't even
Listen,
need 2 bottles. He pees in Voss water bottles. Those are huge.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, he could probably use one twice. Um, Red One, which is sees an elite group called Elf teaming up with bounty hunters to save Santa Claus. So this is right up the Rock's alley for movie.
It's a kid
quality.
movie.
That's why he's not caring. He's like, oh, this is an easy check. Let me just.
But apparently
Let me just do what I gotta do.
he got the movie delayed from 2023 to late 2024 by his tardiness. And I don't know why anyone decided to come out with this.
I think they just want to feel.
They just want to attack The Rock.
Yeah. How could he add $50 million for being late a couple of times?
I mean, they got to pay a lot of people a lot of time. I mean, if people have to work double overtime because he showed up 8 hours late.
Not 50 million. They don't pay the people that. That's the.
Well,
effects
another
and
guy
stuff.
said, it's normal to have a budget fluctuation of whatever percent, and it's fine. One guy, I don't know why they picked on The Rock. I like The Rock. He's just rocking it out, He's doing his WWE.
They said the only thing he was consistent at was being late. That's cold.
Like that sounds like a microaggression to me, but that's just me.
I think so.
I mean, he was
listen,
late to WrestleMania 40. I'm reading that in an article, but I did hear that.
Like he's a diva. He is. Like he's
Yeah.
a diva. Like he's been around for a while. He thinks he deserves the world because he's worked his butt off or whatever. He's gonna be a diva. Listen, we had Christian Bale calling
he's
people
just
slurs we
busy.
haven't heard since the 1940s on set before.
Mhm.
So
He's just
I think
maybe.
it's okay.
Maybe
think
he's
it's
just
alright.
busy. Maybe he's like, I'm coming to WrestleMania, but I got this energy drink to sell. I got video games to play. I got TikToks to make. I got all right, I'm gonna be there 3 hours late. That's what you get when you work with Black Adam / The Rock. Maybe that's just. I mean, he's just busy. He's a busy guy. He is busy. I'm just gonna give The Rock the benefit of the doubt.
Me too.
I think that's fair.
Because if he's not busy, okay, it's not like, well, I don't know, maybe he is. I just wouldn't think because of how, of a health nut he is and all that. I'm not. He's not like in an alley snorting coke or something for 8 hours.
We don't know.
Maybe a little bit, but not like to the point where you're 8 hours late. I'm just guessing the guy's busy.
I just think he don't want. I think he thinks he can do whatever he wants. I don't think.
Hold on. 8 hours late.
I think Homeboy just thinks he can do.
8 hours late is a very deliberate thing. At 8 hours late, you have to at some point. You have to at some point either, if you're not like busy and just stuff going on, if you're busy, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna be late because I got to do stuff. If you're 8 hours late for some reason, not being busy, what are you doing? There's something wrong with you mentally. Even if it's drugs, right? You're like getting the high off your butt in the middle of grass somewhere. Like but he's not doing that. We know he's not doing that because if he were doing that, we'd know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh yeah.
So
we know.
I
get
He's
being a
working
diva,
out.
but are you saying he's sitting at home like pumping weights for an extra 4 hours? Like they're gonna wait on me?
I feel like
No.
The Rock has his own schedule, and he fits everything in between whatever his schedule is. So that's what I think's going on. Yeah, I think he just don't give a shit. This is all. By the way, this is also what Tyrese was doing on the set of Fast and Furious when he was making fun of him. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't. I'm not gonna doubt that he was late. I just have to.
I think he wanted to be fired.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do it. Especially, I'm sorry, the Black Adam thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think that cracked his brain a little bit because he's used to being in stinkers that still sell a lot, and that stinker did not sell a lot. So I think that kind of hurt his feelings.
No. Hold on. He produced this movie, so it's not like he can out himself from the movie. He's producing the movie.
Hmm.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
That's why he's doing what he wants. He thinks he owns the movie.
Like, okay.
Maybe they're just making it up maybe he's really not late.
Nah,
They just
ain't.
forgot the schedule.
Yeah, you're right. It's their fault. You're so right.
Yeah.
No, they ain't no 8-hour late or scheduled. There's no such thing as that. It's like you can be thinking, oh, I thought he was supposed to be here at 2, but he's actually going to be here at 4. That's one thing. It's not. I thought he's at 10. No way. Come on. No. Well, hey, you know what? I hope The Rock is. I hope it's not true, man, because I don't know what's up with a person that late. That's like extremely late. It's got to be, even if it is drugs. That's maximum 4 hours late.
Listen,
Because to get cleaned up for somebody to find you.
There's a quote in here that sums it all up. Dwayne truly does not give a fuck. That is what somebody said. Okay, I think I'm inclined to believe that person. I think that.
But
Why?
didn't
We
he
don't know who
just-
that
perfectly.
is.
Didn't he buy the WWF or?
He's a part owner now. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a part owner. He's got stuff to do.
Like WrestleMania, which he was also late for.
Right, he's got to go in the ring and raise his eyebrow.
Once
and-
again, which he was late for.
No. I think they're getting mad at him at the WWE too. Because did you see WrestleMania? Of course you did. Do you remember the
Yeah.
part where he took Cody Rhodes out in the street near the bus and like spat on his belt and then kicked him in the water, and he walked around and he pushed around the camera guy, and they're like, the show's over. He's like, the show's not over till The Rock says it's over, and he beat up 3-4 people, and they like went like you saw that, right? Like maybe I don't know.
I saw it. Yeah, that was.
I don't know. It might just be wrestling, but
It was wrestling. The Rock would do that.
Because the American Nightmare, Cody, was just rolling on the ground like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna the whole time. And The Rock's giving this like soliloquy that everyone can hear, and he's talking to the guy, and then the cameraman looks at his boss like, what do and then The Rock moves the camera like, you look at me. I'm the boss. And I don't know. Maybe it's fake. But, you know.
Oh,
Wrestling
fake.
coming to Netflix. Also, watch out. In that Mike Tyson fight coming soon?
He
God.
about to bite a year out. He about to beat the brakes off that white boy. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I won't watch it. I'll just hear about it the next day.
All right. Well, okay. There's some stuff here about Alan Wake's and Court Controls 2. It's coming. Max Payne. That's the coming too. That's less news. I knew this was happening. That's number 5.
Well, it's more so just.
Oh, I've got 5 good reasons for you to shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. You were saying
No,
something?
that's it. Yeah, no.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
just an update on where they are. They're just working on a lot of stuff.
Working
I thought it was
on a lot of
interesting
stuff.
that I just thought it was interesting that Control 2 is expected to enter full production this year, which I think is interesting. Also, the in-between game should be out soon, hopefully next year or something. But yeah, no, I think Remedy's cool. So yeah, nothing too much too crazy to talk about there. Just that the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes are there. Codename Condor. That's all that stuff is.
All right. Well, hey guys, look, I know you guys are so excited to talk about that Fallout next episode, but let's just save that for the regular. We're still doing this on Friday, right?
Yeah, we're still doing it on Friday. I do. Okay, I'll save my favorite topic for next week, for next episode then.
Yeah, save that.
But I need to watch number 3, and then I'll get them all confused.
We're gonna talk. What we're gonna do is talk about like. How many episodes is it? Like 7? Let's just talk about 2 at a time. You've watched 2
right.
or okay, so
I've
watch
watched
2 and 3.
2.
And then
I'll watch
Friday we'll
3.
talk about episode 2 and 3. We'll all have watched 2 and 3. We can go and give the rundown on 2 and 3. Please, in your movie review, because I know you'll have another movie for us on Friday. I trust you that you will have one. Please do not include a TV show in the movie review. Save that for a different
But
time.
it's important
Oh,
that
that's
people
what your
know.
problem was. Okay.
Is
I
that
didn't
what
get
your
that
problem
earlier.
was?
I
Hey.
didn't
That
understand
is-
that at all. Okay.
Okay, then I need you to make up another intro
I
for a
did.
series.
I've made
No,
another.
for a
I've made
series.
no. There's a whole.
You
Nother,
have-
we were supposed to start sections 2 weeks ago, and then we've got special guests. We got people not showing up. We have not gone over the new schedule at all.
You said people not showing up, bro. You knew I was gonna be gone.
I knew
Well.
you were gonna be gone. I didn't know you
Oh,
meant
did
everybody.
you? Didn't tell me, but that's okay. You know, you have a second theme song for me. We're
Uh-huh.
gonna just have to play that, and then I'll talk about the series with that music.
We'll talk about how that's gonna work because we already talked about how that's gonna work. You don't remember? That's okay, but we're gonna talk about that again. And it's not
Okay.
gonna be an intro. This is gonna be a little time. All right, you two, you get ready for the show. We're gonna do some Fallout. We're gonna do some more news. Half the news is gone already, so we'll be good to go. And talk about some news. You're gonna have a movie review for us, right, Mom?
Yeah.
You're gonna play that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wolves
Biko,
in the Night.
Biko, you're gonna find something that's just really getting you going that you're gonna talk about, okay? And I'm gonna blow your minds. We're gonna have a good time, but no more shows in the movie thing, okay? I like the movie thing, and then you add shows on it, and then now is it a movie thing or a show thing? And then I gotta think about it, and then everybody forgets what the intro music sounded like because the movie show thing takes longer than just the movie thing, and then we gotta play the intro again. And like, is it starting or is it ending? And we don't know because you did a show and not a movie.
Oh, so I'm biting into your time. I see.
If I'm gonna be honest, you both
Okay,
bite
that's
into
what
my
it is.
time. I'm
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
sitting here cutting-
Okay.
Well, I can't wait to talk about Eddie next week because there's something really funny happening with Eddie and Tekken. But yeah, no, we can say.
Yeah,
that
we'll
for
talk
next
about
episode.
Eddie and the Buttons next week. We'll talk about Fallout next week. We got it all ready for you. Any recommendations? Mom, you already did yours.
Sleeping. Don't let sleeping dogs lie. Watch it.
Wow.
I think it's just called Sleeping Dogs, right? Or is
I
it
know.
Don't Let
So
Sleeping Dogs?
don't let it lie. Don't let it sit there. Watch it. You
Oh,
just
okay.
don't catch these little. Okay. And also, rip it up with Ripley.
Okay.
Dang, she got
Biko.
me there.
All right.
What recommendations?
Sounds
Yeah,
like a no.
I recommend getting into MK1. I think this is the perfect time. DLC season is about to wrap up when Homelander comes out soon, but it's in a real good state right now. They added a crossplay, King of the Hill, so if your friends have it and you have it, but you guys been waiting for King of the Hill, it's there. Online works better than ever. Movado comes out soon. It's great. Besides that, still playing a lot of Balatro. Also, Vampire Survivors, if you're addicted to it like I am, got a secret update. It's also getting new DLC from a Konami property that isn't Castlevania. It's from Contra. So, yeah, those two games have been taking up a lot of my time. So, yeah, play Mortal Kombat, please, and play Tekken too, even though it's kind of broken.
All right. Thanks for listening to the show, guys. This has been episode 135. Am I right on that?
That is
I am.
correct.
It is episode 135 of the Super Chevy Bros podcast. We'll see you in 3 days, 4 days, 3 days. Depends on how you count days. It's already past midnight. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right.